Tyler talking about what kind of like told you at halftime or whatever. Like, what kind of were you thinking about at that time, and what were you going to do in the second half?
Honestly, I was just trying not to get in my own head. I mean, of course, I know it's going to be games where I'm not going to come in here and be perfect and start off hot or even get these guys going. But just more importantly, I just got to just find another way to, to motivate them and to make sure that they follow along with me, and whether that's on defense or rebounding or, making plays for them on the offense end, as assists.
How well, you had 7 assists tonight. How much of a part of your game do you think can be being a distributor?
Everything. I mean, everything about my game. I'm a selfish guy. I look to pass first, but if I got the opportunity and I feel like I can score the bucket, I'm gonna go do that. But it's kind of funny because coming into this game, I had it in my head mentally that I'm gonna get a triple dub, and that's what I was telling myself the whole game. But of course, a few assists away and 1 rebound away from getting it. But I mean, I'm not really thinking about it the whole game. But it's just funny how that works.
I think at this point in this season and in your careers, yourself, Dante, Tyler are kind of known commodities. When you can get a 20-point out of Javen, how much better does that make you guys?
Oh, way better. I mean, when you got guys like TC, Dante, and Javen, and me just all playing on a consistent basis, and just doing what we do, mainly just it helps our team. And when you got Javen coming out here scoring his career high 20 points at night, it takes a lot of pressure off our back because we feel like we don't have to force a lot of shots or get certain buckets in crunch time. And coach always told us, trust our players. I don't care who it is. I mean, the whole roster I feel like can make plays. So, I mean, it was just Javen's time, and he stepped up and did his job well.
TK talked about a 76-76 defensive drill.
Yeah.
Take us through that.
It's pretty hard if you're not there, like TK say. I mean, basically, we just work on situation during practice every day, and we go blue versus gold, basically against each other, and we go 76-76 for 2 minutes. And it's just situational. So whether you're down or up, you got to figure out in the last 2 minutes to figure out how to get a win.
How does 76 come into it? Is it 7-on-6?
No, that's the score.
So,
76-76. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the score is just tied 76-76, and there's 2 minutes left in the game, and me and the guys, we kind of go after it and try to figure out who can pull out that dub.
What were things that stuck out to you about Javen last year during practice?
I seen a little bit of myself in him, and that's why I kind of was on his back early, and just being a big brother for him, just letting him know that, just honestly a mentor, just letting him know that I'm here for him. Any questions he needs, he comes and asks, no hesitation, and he's a hard-working player. I mean, that's the best way I can describe him, and he's very unselfish. He asks questions. He does what you ask of him, and he's gonna compete every night. And I love that about him.
You went through the same thing, you redshirted as well. I mean, was that a really beneficial thing for you?
Yeah, 100%. I'm able to, coach and let him know certain things that I went through with guys that I was playing behind or watching play here before he had got here. But it's a big advantage, because I got answers for some of the questions he may have, and can help him out. As you can see, it has been lately.
You mentioned trust in each other. How would you assess the belief when you guys get that crunch time being able to finish out these games?
It's just no pressure. Probably said it before, but it's no pressure at all. We come out here, look to compete and win a game anyway, but there's never any pressure on us. I mean, we trust our guys 1 through 12 to come out here and play hard and pull out a W, especially in front of our fans. But we're just playing basketball. Whether the scores we're down 10 or down 20, there's always hope that we're coming back, and we always believe.
Yeah, there's a lot of basketball still being played, but to get off to a start like this in conference, just how much satisfaction is that for you guys?
It shows us the real identity of our team. But of course before the season, I'm not sure what they had us picked. It was 4 or 5, but just to see that, it just motivated us and added fuel to our fire. But we knew what type of team we were coming into the league, and of course every year they're going to count us out. But we're the only ones that's going to count each other in. But as you can see, we're playing at a high level, and we're not even playing nowhere near our best basketball. And I feel like there's a higher ceiling for us, and we just got to go get it every night and get back to the drawing board and fix whatever we feel has been hurting us.
After the Kent State game, you talked about how, like you knew, the MAC games were, kind of played on a different level and physical and grind or whatever. Just how have you been able to take those head on so well?
I mean, I'm a physical player. That's what I pride myself on, being physical. It's been instilled in me at a young age to be the most physical player and the most dominant player on the court. And I see myself as a dominant force. So, every time I step on the court, no matter who I'm playing, I could be playing Zach Edey. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to try and dominate him. I don't know how well it's going to go, but you know what I'm saying? He's a big fella, but I'm going to try and dominate whoever and impose my will on whoever I want to. And I feel like I'm good at that. And I feel like I intimidate people pretty well. I play with a lot of fire and passion. I feel like I got the biggest edge on the team, even though people say Raheem got it. But, I just try and play physical, and the MAC games is built for me. I got to chill out on fouling a little bit, but some of those calls, I don't know. But like I said, I just got to chill out on some of those fouls so I can be on the floor with my guys. But, yeah, I think being physical is a part of my game, and that's a big part of me.
On the technical foul, what did they tell you?
I tapped my head, and I was talking to my teammates about it, and I was just talking to my teammates. I'm like, I can't do that. I apologize to my teammates because I put them in a bad spot with that. I couldn't be on the floor late game. We still got the dub, but I still put them in a tough spot, and I felt bad. I apologized to Kay. He told me I had to grow up and mature, and I agree with that. I got to act like I've been there before. I've done the ball before, so I shouldn't have done that. And I apologize to my teammates, and we moved on. We got the dub. So.
Do you look at the way you play defense, particularly in the second half? TK talked about putting you in the post. Is that another way of showing your growth?
We knew Cy Chapman coming in. He was a good player. He's averaging 19 points a game. And we started TC on him, and he was doing a good job, but he was just posting people up, and I wanted the challenge, so they put me on him, and I think I did pretty well on him. He shot 5 threes on me. He went 0 for 5, so I felt like my defensive impact was really there, and I felt like my teammates felt that my presence was there on defense as well.
As a competitor, last year sitting out, was that difficult for you, or did you kind of understand why they were doing it?
Both. That was the toughest year of my life. Just sitting there watching basketball. Going through practices, and then you work out before the games. You're like, I missed this, you know what I'm saying? It was the toughest year of my life, just because what I loved to do was taken away from me. But I also got to learn from Seth, JT, and AJ Adu don't get enough credit in my development. He taught me how to work out. He taught me how to work. I come in, he do his warm up, and I would follow him. And now, before I work out in the morning, I do my warm up, and I'm ready to go. I already got sweat broken, so AJ Adu definitely don't get enough credit in my development. But it was tough. But look at me now. I'm just helping my teammates out. My teammates rely on me. I rely on them. They hold me accountable. I hold them accountable. And it prepared me to be a leader and step into a role, because we lost JT, Seth, and Reggie. So it just helped me prepare for a role that I already knew I was going to be ready for.
You mentioned that the mindset you take into every game. To see that production pay off on the basketball court, especially tonight in a win, just how does that make you feel when your role is benefiting the team?
I knew before I stepped on the court that I would be an impact player, regardless if it was going to be in the defensive end or offensive end. And you guys have seen that from the beginning of the year. But it's really my teammates. They instill confidence in me. Raheem talked to me. He said, listen, man, if you got one-on-one, you got to go. Stop hesitating. Stop thinking so much. And Coach K, he told me stop hesitating. And I feel like sometimes I think too much, and that gets me caught up. And now, today I play freely. And I felt like I played freely for the first time in my career. And you see what happened. 20 points and 6 rebounds, 5 offensive. Like I said, I got to clean up the defensive rebounding. I only have 1. But we'll get there. We got the dub, so that's all that matters.
Is winning MAC freshman year, is that on your mind at all? Or anything?
I'll be lying to you if I said when to go. Me and my mom talk about it, but we trying to win a MAC championship. We trying to go for 4. And then we trying to get to that tournament. That comes first before any personal goals. I mean, me and Raheem talk about it, and me and my other teammates talk about it, and me and Sonny talk about how we're gonna have a competition for it. But everybody in that locker room know, no matter what we get, personal accolades, we try to go for 4. And we try to win a MAC championship in the tournament so we can go to the tournament and punch our ticket. That's been the main goal. It's been like, what, 47 years since we've been? We try to stop that. That's our mentality, no matter what.
You mentioned your love for physicality. I'm just curious, when the shot goes off the backboard or off the range, what goes through your head as you're trying to get a rebound?
See ball, give ball. Somebody in front of you running over. Simple as that. Marshawn Lynch used to say, you hit somebody over and over and over and over and over and over again. They're not gonna want to step in front of you no more. Coach Massey told me before the game, when somebody hits you for the first time, they gotta know it's gonna be a long night. People knew it was gonna be a long night. Every time I step on the court, they know it's gonna be a long night. I impose my will. And that's what Raheem wanted me to do, and that's what my teammates in the back want me to do. It's not so much about me. I feel like we all are physical players. If you see that on the defense end, you see our intensity. Can't nobody score on us when we really pick it up on the defense end. We just gotta keep it going.
Anything else for Javen?
Just one more. Well, what does Raheem in this team?
Man, that's my big brother, man. I ain't gonna lie. He's come home with me a couple times, and we've bonded off the court. Raheem, one of the most. He's just a leader. I'd be lying to you if I said I ain't text him, a couple times and say, hey, I need help with this. Like, how do you be a better leader? Or how do you lead some of the new guys? And he come through real quick with a couple paragraphs, just telling me what I need to do. You see it here on defensive force. When he's up, we're up. When he's down on the defensive end, we're down. And Raheem just means so much to this program, and I want y'all to take in, people don't like how intense he is on the court. People think he's a little chippy. I mean, that's that junkyard dog. You got Rottweilers and you got Doberman pinchers, and then you got little Shih Tzus, and little small little dogs like a Chihuahua. We want Doberman pinchers and we want Rottweilers, and that's what he is. And he brought that Rottweiler out of me, as you can see. We got to chill on the technical fouls. I will say that. But nah, he bring that dog out of me. That's what it will be. But man, look at the new set, man.
Oh, first of all, this is obviously a big day for Tidal Athletics with this new room, and just congratulations to Brian Blair. I know this was his brainchild and his idea, and came out great. There's no question about it, and clearly is first class. I just thought tonight, every team in our league has some guys that can beat you. Every team. And obviously Chapman has proven he's a really good player, and Adams over time. Both of those guys, I thought played exceptionally well, especially Adams today. We got hurt by their length and their size in the post a little bit in those positions, but I thought great move. Brandon Pritzel had a great scout, and he really, I thought, did an unbelievable job of, we decided to put Javen Simmons on side Chapman in the second half. And that clearly was a game-winning decision. But TC had a double-double. Raheem bounced back from a not-so-good first half. But we ended with 11 assists and 16 assists and 11 turnovers. Just thought we maybe lacked a little bit of maturity at times.
Probably didn't see me asking about defense, but once again, down the stretch, they were 2 of 10 minutes, their last 6 threes, they had 2 turnovers. What do you guys do in these final minutes?
Well, it's winning time for us, and you're not at practice very often or understand our drills and stuff like that, but our players wholeheartedly believe in 76-76. And I can explain it to you afterwards, but it's a drill that has won this program a lot of games. And look at the amount of wins we have consecutively in this league. That's something to be proud of.
What do you think Raheem, obviously didn't shoot it great, he's 5-17 tonight, but 9 rebounds, 7 assists, he's plus 20. What are the things he does when maybe he isn't necessarily shooting the ball well that helps you win?
Well, I gave him a story at halftime of Ryan Pearson. You know, if you had to 31 games plus tournaments, 34, 35 games a season, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being great, 1 being really poor, how many 9s and 10s do you think an individual player or team has? Out of 32. How many would you guess? If you have 5, that's remarkable.
Yeah.
Remarkable, right? Great players maybe have 5 of them a year. But the key is, can you get to a 7? And Raheem was a 2 at halftime, and I told him that. I said, but you got to turn that 2 into a 6, and he did. Now, I would have given him a 7 had he not turned it over at the end. On the over back call. Got casual just for one, but that's winning basketball. That's guys that understand what it takes to win. And the same thing with Javen. He knows that technical foul was a bad move on his part, but you know, he's a freshman, and he's learning, and he's gotten better. But clearly, you know, with 20 points, played well. You know, there's a lot of positives tonight, no question about that. But you know, too many negatives for a great coach. I'll tell you that.
What goes through your mind when he goes up and dunk it?
When what?
I said, what goes through your mind when he goes up and dunk it?
On the miss?
Yeah.
I'll keep that private. I'll keep that private.
So, I mean, obviously, the decision to redshirt Jaden was a tough one last year, but how much do you think that benefited?
Immensely. By Christmas, he was clearly a guy that would have helped us. But how do you tell a family that, you know, we're just going to give away 13 non-conference games that don't matter? They matter. And it wasn't like AJ, you know, I thought AJ Dew was serviceable and playing okay. And Jamin will tell you that, you know, his first summer he was rough. It was rough. He couldn't win a pickup game. You know, but I told him from the beginning, you know, and I don't want this to sound negative, but it's true. I told him to shut up, keep your ears open and your eyes open, and watch Seth Miller. Watch his leadership. And he did. Jamin Simmons is one of the top 5 most coachable guys I've been around. You tell him one thing, he's going to put it into action. Like some guys, you think coachability is acknowledging something and you're not being disrespectful. You know, guys that when you try to change something and they believe in the change and they do the change, that's coachability. Not looking someone in the eye and saying, yes, sir. I could care less about that. Care less about it. He's a coachable guy.
You called Saturday's win gutsy. How would you characterize tonight's win?
Win anyway. That's the big thing in our program. You win anyway. You win with a technical foul. You win with a missed dunk at the end. You still win. You find ways to win. You find ways to buckle down and get stops.
To see Dante reach his career marks, what does that say about his impact on the program?
Say that again,
To
please.
see Dante reach that career mark with that career marks, what does that say about him and his impact on the program?
Oh, he's obviously a really good player. He'd be the first to tell you he should have came here the first time around. But we're lucky enough we got him the second time around. And, I'm thankful I get a chance to coach him for 3 years because he's another guy that's coachable.